Well, hello, Las Vegas. It's Monique Buchanan, the host of the Welcome Home with Monique show. I am your local Las Vegas realtor here to enlighten you on exactly what's going on here in our beautiful Las Vegas Valley. So if you're just moving to Las Vegas, you need some guidance, you have some questions, please feel free to reach out to me, 702-984-3700. 702-984-3700. You guys, I'm in a great mood. I hope that you guys are this morning as well. You know, making your coffee, washing your car, enjoying this beautiful weather, whatever you're doing. Once again, I am here to answer any and all of your real estate needs and questions. But let's go ahead and dive into the show today. Listen, a lot of great things have been happening. The market is picking up tremendously. You guys have heard me say buyers are flooding the market right now. Investors, all my investors are ringing my telephone. Monique, let me get those last minute deals. You know what I mean? So the market is really picking up. And I had the pleasure of being invited to a private viewing of brand new high-rise condominiums. I want to say community so bad, but it is actually a brand new community as well. There is going to be 240 luxury high-rise residences that are being built in a very prominent area. It is walkable to downtown. It is walkable to even the Strip. And, you know, it has Vegas Strip views. It has views of the mountains. I was just so impressed and just taken aback. So they are going to put on a private viewing for my KUMV listeners. So I will be announcing that a little bit down the road. But for now, if you want a private viewing, just a one-on-one viewing of these properties, you can reach me at 702-984-3700, and I will set you up with a builder, and you will get a private tour of these luxury high-rise condominiums that are just going up. They've only been building for about 11 weeks. They've been taking priority reservations. They're already at 40% reserved. Okay, so that tells you something, right? Already there are, and it's nothing, it doesn't cost a dime to reserve your spot, but they're already at 40% reserved. And I'm going to be honest with you. She shared with me out of that 40%, 30% of those reservations are actually investors because they see the money that can be made on this project. So the project will be completely finished by 2026, but it stands to make a substantial amount of revenue in between that time. So that's why the investors are all over this, okay? By the way, this area is the number one area as far as rents go. They're actually going for almost $4 a square foot is what they're anticipating. So it's going to be the highest rent in all of Las Vegas. It already actually is for the high rises that are already there. So this brand new building stands to make quite a bit if you're thinking of, you know, renting the property out and making it an investment. But other than that, I mean, just to live in this high rise, you're going to have so many amenities, so exclusive. So let me just stop talking a little bit about it. Like I said, let me just give you an idea what it's going to be. Once they do go ahead and take the reservations to purchase, it's going to be a 20% deposit, starting the construction as early as this fall of 2024. Okay, they're estimating the completion, like I said, to be around the fourth quarter of 2026. Now listen, here we go. You're going to have one bedrooms that range from 853 square feet to 957 square feet, and they're going to start off at around $700,000 to $1 million. You're going to have one bedrooms plus a den, which will be 1,000 square feet to about 1,158 square feet. And that's going to start off around $800,000 to $1.6 million. Of course, depending on what floor you're on and the view you have, etc. They're going to have two bedrooms that are going to be 1,193 square feet to 1,325 square feet. Those are going to range from $1.1 million to $1.7 million and above. They're also going to have the 2 beds plus a den. Okay, so almost like a 3-bedroom, 2 beds plus a den in this high rise. Those will start off at around 1,536 square feet up to 1,854 square feet. They're going to start off price point at about $1.3 million up to $2.3 million. All right. The penthouse collection, Those are going to be anywhere from 2558 square feet to 2603 square feet, obviously at the top of the building. And those are going to start off at around 6.5 million. And it has not been officially released yet what those can go up to, but just know that they'll start off at around 6.5 million for the penthouse collection. Okay, now there's some big heavy hitters that are going to be in the same community, I'll say. I can't release too much. I'm not allowed to say too much, but I will say there's going to be some big heavy hitters that are investing into this same area right now. Hence why all the investors are already making their reservations. Like I said, they're already 40% reserved. So I would move quickly. And like I said, I can't release a whole lot, but for more information and for me to get you over for a private viewing with the builder, you can reach me at 702-984-3700. And you can go meet the builder in person, have their person walk you through everything that's about to happen there. And so for more information on those 240 brand spanking new luxury high-rise community in the heart of Las Vegas. And like I said, if you're an investor, they're anticipating that the property will rent out for $4 a square foot, which is breaking records here in Las Vegas. Okay. And by the way, the properties that are already there are already breaking records when it comes to rent. So listen, if you want a private viewing or you want more information, 702-984-3700, 702-984-3700. And just to recap, we have 1 bedrooms with a den going for starting off at around $800,000 to $1.6 million. 2 bedrooms with a den are going to start off at about 1536. I'm sorry, that's how many square footage will be 1536, and that will start off at 1.3 million up to 2.3 million. The penthouse collection is going to be around 2558 square feet to 2600 square feet, and that will start off at around 6.5 million. More information I will get you in the hands of the builder and the builder's people, 702-984-3700. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and pivot. Like I said, there are so many things happening in our Las Vegas market, things that have just never happened before. And because of that, it has driven so many investors to our market. They see the writing on the wall, so they are obviously buying as much as they can, especially right now as they are able to wheel and deal. I've been preaching this for the last, year or so. Buy now and refinance later. Well, listen, it's definitely time to buy, but if you've been thinking about selling, my goodness, it's definitely time to sell. Okay. So if you've been thinking about putting your house on the market, the time is definitely now. And why do I say that? I'm going to give you some reasons right now. Okay. Right now, you've got the big bucks. Okay. With competition in play for your house, the buyers are willing to pay more for your property. All right. It'll be able to fetch a higher price, right? Because they don't have a whole lot out there to choose from. So there's multiple buyers trying to purchase your property right now. So speedy sales. With fewer options out there, your home is likely to get snatched up faster, which means you can move on to your next adventure sooner. Okay. Also, as a seller right now, you'll be able to call the shots again. For the whole last year, you were not able to call the shots. Let me tell you, my sellers were not able to call the shots. I had a beautiful home over at McDonald's Ranch. We had listed it right when the rates changed, and beautiful couple. They were so sweet. We moved forward with the sale, but to be honest with you, we just couldn't get it, where we wanted it because the rates were just too high at the time. And the buyers just weren't in the market, especially at that price point. So long story short, he was not able to call the shots, but now the market is turning back around into the seller's market. I've told you it was coming. It has pretty much arrived. I've taken about 4 of my clients out. I mainly do listings. I'm a listing agent, but I do, of course, help buyers. You guys hear me talk about programs. So I help everybody, to be honest with you. I am very good at listings. I break records in the communities when it comes to listings. So that's something that I pride myself on. I love to advise sellers on what to do to spruce up the property, if it doesn't need to be spending too much, if we're trying to hit a certain net, that's something that I love to do. So I do love listings, but I have quite a few buyers as well. My KUMB listeners, a lot of you guys love to buy the properties. It's your first time buying. Sometimes you send me your family, friends, and your children, whoever, and it's their first time to buy. So I love that as well. I love putting keys in my buyers' hands. And since we're on that note, I want to send a shout out to my clients who I just closed on. They moved down from Seattle and they've gotten their first home, and it's a beautiful single-story home. So congratulations to my Seattle clients on their purchase. But back to what I was saying, I deal a lot with listings, and for my poor sellers this last year, it's been kind of rough. I've had to have the conversations with them that, hey, we're going to have to help the buyers buy down their rates in many cases and contribute some closing costs. That's just the market that we were in. Let me tell you something. After the first of this year, this market has turned, and then that's how the market is. It has taken a hard turn, okay? And it is turning quickly into a seller's market. Like I mentioned, I took a couple of my buyer clients out this weekend, and they were beat out. They were beat out of their offer. Other buyers, we went up against buyers for the first time in a year. We've got competition now. We're going up against the other offers, and I know how to write an aggressive offer. You know what I mean? I know how to talk to the agent and see what the seller is needing or wanting, because like I said, I'm a listing agent. So I know how to talk to a listing agent, chew their ear, and get my buyers in a position to where they can win these bids. But unfortunately, it takes a bit of my power away when we're going up against 5 and 6 offers, right? So no matter how great I am with, negotiating and talking and making friends with an agent, at the end of the day, it's her seller's choice or his seller's choice, and they're going to do what's best for them and their family. So with that being said, the market has taken a turn. And so now my sellers, they are happier because now I don't have to give them the speech of, hey, we're going to have to give up some closing costs, help the buyer. This is typical for the buyer to need some closing costs to buy down their rates. That's not happening. Even though the rates are still pretty much lingering, it does not matter. There are so many buyers that have flooded our market right now that, hey, they're not having to give up closing costs. That's stopped. It's completely stopped. So if you're a realtor out there and you don't do a lot of business, you're not in the market every day like I am, that I'm just sharing that with you. The market has changed. So just know that when you have a listing, just make sure you have your finger on the pulse and know which way our market is going. And of course, price matters. So, but right now, let me tell you, anything that's $500,000 or even $550,000 or less, multiple offers are on the table. So if you're thinking about selling your property, this is good news for you. Good news for you. Like I said, you'll be able to call the shots because it's turning into a seller's market that puts you in the driver's seat, so you can set the terms that work best for you. Maybe you need a rent back. Maybe you're like, you know what? I want top dollar. I'm not going to pay any closing costs. And you know what? And I need to stay in this house for 2 weeks after we close on it because I need to get the money first before I can move on. I'm able to totally negotiate that for you. Yes, that is possible all day long right now because the buyers are willing, more amped to, do whatever it is it's going to take to get the home. All right. So another thing, your home is going to stand out. Your home is going to shine brighter when there are not as, that many other homes out there to compete against. All right. So it's going to make your home more attractive to the potential buyers because guess what? There's not a lot to choose from right now. So your house is going to shine. I don't care if it has like a yellow and pink bedroom. The buyers right now are saying, you know what? I can paint that. As where just, 4 months ago, they were like, nope, let's move on. I've got choices. I'm going to look for the prettiest house that I don't need to paint. Now the buyers are like, you know what? I can deal with it. I can paint it. We can do a paint party. Okay, so that's just how the market is right now. So great time to list your property. Another thing, you can have the battle of the bids. Okay, that's what I call it. So with limited choices for the buyers, that means we have a great opportunity to get multiple offers on your property. And that's going to put more money in your pocket. All right, more money in your pocket with, less out there for buyers to look at. Less options means, hey, bidding war. And that's what's happening right now. So it's a win-win time to sell your property, you guys. Inventory is low. So you selling your property at the right time, which is now, is going to maximize your chances of a profitable and hassle-free sale. Now, I understand that prepping your home for sale can be a daunting task. I get it. All right. But just know, I have contractors who specialize in all sorts of home improvements. All right. The best part about that is my contractors, many of them will not charge you an upfront fee. They'll go ahead and let you pay at the time of closing. In other words, you can secure the funds from your sale and not worry about having to come up with money for plumbing issues, or maybe that the house is, has air conditioning issues, or it needs to be repainted or decluttered, whatever it is. Landscaping needs to be done. I have contractors that will allow you to pay them at the time of sale. I've got your back, you guys. When it comes to listings, I can list your property, get top dollar, and I've got your back as far as like figuring it out, you know what I mean, and getting it sold. All right. So right now you can also sell very quickly. One of the things that buyers like to do, including myself when I'm representing a buyer, and I know that I'm going up against other buyers, we can close quickly. You guys know I have a rock star lender, okay? My lenders are top of their games. In fact, my lender is one of the presidents of Guaranteed Rate. So I have a rock star lender, and with that being said, my deals can get closed as soon as 3 weeks, sometimes 18 days. That's almost like cash, you guys. But you have to have strong lenders, in these markets, because that's going to help a seller say, you know what, maybe I'm going to get, $1,000 more on this other offer, but this buyer says they can close quicker. So maybe I'm willing to give up that $1,000 knowing that I can close 2 weeks earlier. So that's a game changer. With me saying that, I'm saying right now, because buyers are doing that, you can close quicker. Or if you're like, you know what, I don't want to deal with showing my house. I know that I've got a ton going on. I've got quite a few, by the way, I've got quite a few clients of mine that are probate. Okay. So they've inherited the properties. They need guidance. I'm here to guide them on probate. I've got a probate attorney that I work with as well. So we're here to guide you on what that looks like as far as probate. But in many cases, the probate sales have homes that maybe the person's been living in for over 30 years. They've never did any upgrades. They've got a ton of stuff in the house. Hey, we accumulate a lot of things over 30 years. So it seems overwhelming for people. Let me shout out my phone number real quick. If any of this interests you, and if you want to know who I am, I'm Monique Buchanan. I am your local Las Vegas realtor. My number is 702-984-3700. I'm here to help. 702-984-3700. Had to think about it. 3700. WelcomeHomeWithMonique.com is my website. You can check out my YouTube channel, which is Welcome Home Show, or Welcome Home with Monique as well. And you can jump on there, look at properties that I've discussed on the air, or you can listen to past shows, okay? So again, 702-984-3700, your local Las Vegas realtor, Monique Buchanan. Okay, so I was just talking about, if you know that you have maybe like an ugly home or a home that's overwhelming, the thought of selling it just, gives you anxiety. I have investors that will give you a cash offer. Okay, so that way you'll have, options. I'll sit down with you and say, hey, if you want me to help you tackle this with my contractors, we'll have the guy take all the stuff out, the junk removal service. All these people will charge you at the end when you actually get paid. Here's what that'll look like with me listing it, right? Or if you want, I've got these 2 or 3 cash offers. So that way you have options, I want to make this less, or hassle-free as possible. I want to take this on for you. So I'm going to give you the options. Here you go. This is what we can make, and this is what you can net if you work with me and my contractors. Or if you just want to go the investor route and say, hey, I just want to have the flexibility of, possibly backing out of this deal. Maybe you're thinking about buying a new home and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to go in contract. By the way, I do have ways to protect you with that as well. But if just investors sounds better because you have flexibility, then yeah, I can give you some investor options as well. It'll be cash. You'll close in 15 days or less. Many times if you need a rent back or you need to stay in the house for a little bit, that's something that I can also work out with the investor as well. So maybe you want to stay a bit longer or you want to move out right away. It's totally up to you with the investor. Or I can give you the option of me listing it for you and then doing it with my contractors, getting it tip-top shape, me walking through the property, pointing out little things that we can do that won't cost an arm and a leg, but will be attractive to the buyers to help us secure the price that you would like to see. that is something that I specialize in and that I can do as well. Okay. So, and always know, by the way, my KUNV listeners, for my buyers, it is completely free of charge. My buyers, you will not pay me not one red cent. And I can say that because I actually pay what most brokerages charge, which is called a transaction fee. Those can be anywhere up to $1,000, you guys. I never charge. I'm not charging and won't charge my clients a transaction fee. Okay. I'm going to pay that for you out of pocket. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that. And buyers, you pay me absolutely not one red cent. Okay. So buyer representation for me and from me is completely free. All right. So if you're out there looking for a property, you do not have to worry about me charging you anything when I take you by the hand, walk you through the process, or just find that perfect home for you. I don't charge a penny. Okay. And for my sellers and my people that are thinking about listing their properties, guess what? All my KUNV, listings are at a discounted rate. Okay. Because, I got to show my KUNV people some love. So, typically that saves about $3,000 to $4,000, by the way. So it's not, some skimpy little discount. On average, it saves my KUNV sellers around $3,000 to $4,000. So keep that in mind as well. I'm here to assist. I'm here. I've got your back. So if you have any questions, just want to chew my ear, I'm also here. 702-984-3700. 702-984-3700. Monique Buchanan, your local Las Vegas realtor. And so I'm talking about why it's a great time to list your property. Okay. So once again, we're going to just run quickly over the reasons really quickly. We have an extremely low inventory in Las Vegas, but guess what? We also have an influx of buyers. Investors are here. Buyers have saturated the market since January. We have so many buyers out there looking, especially, and not to be funny, but with tax season right here, right now, you better go ahead and let me list your property while they have their tax money, and I'm able to help them go ahead and secure a property with their tax refund, zero down with my zero down program. So I have plenty of buyers in the pipeline as well. So there's a very big chance we won't even make it to the MLS. So I'm just saying there's a great time. It's a great time to buy. The buyers are definitely out there right now with the tax refunds. They're able to get properties, buy homes for themselves with as little as their tax refunds using my down payment assistance program. So, hey, there it is. You know what I mean? So time to list the property. If you've been thinking about listing it, you will get top dollar right now, as you will be one of the very few properties on the market giving you the upper hand. Okay. So speaking of that, we've got a listing right now that I'm going to talk about. It is under $330,000 and it is a 3-bedroom, 2 full bath, 2-car garage. All right. And like I said, that one's going for under $330,000. You can find video of that property on my YouTube channel. 2501 Blue Aloe is the name. And the zip code is 89106. Okay. And one more listing. It's in Centennial Hills, 3-bedroom, and it's 2 full bath. She's listing that one at $385,000, which is actually the lowest in the entire area. This is a fellow agent friend of mine. I'm shouting it out. But if you want more information on that 3-bedroom, 2 full bath in Centennial Hills, 89131 area, and it's going for $380,000. I'm so sorry. It's going for $380,000. You can reach me at 702-984-3700. Now, remember, I am a realtor. If you call me, I'm assuming you want me to represent you as your realtor. Okay. So keep that in mind, guys. All right. So let's just do a really quick recap of those luxury high-rise condominiums. They are going up. They've only been taking reservations for 11 weeks. I call it the best kept secret in Las Vegas because currently that same area is renting out for the most in the whole Las Vegas Valley. And they are anticipating that this area and these high rises will rent out for about $4 a square foot. That breaks records in Vegas. So that's why my investors are jumping all over this. They've already reserved 30% of the list is investors. Okay. They see the potential. So if you want more information or you want a private viewing to get more information about these high-rise condos, 702-984-3700. Again, 702-984-3700. The starting off price for the one bedrooms without the den is $800,000. The penthouse is going for around $6.5 million. 702-984-3700. Guys, I appreciate every week when you tune in and listen to the show. It does not go unnoticed that you are sending me your referrals and showing me love, and I love you right back. I want to give honor and praise to my Lord and Savior who has given me this platform, and that does not go unnoticed. I know who's blessed me with this platform, and I'm thankful that he's able to let me bless all of you with this information. I hope that I could have provided you with something that you maybe didn't know today. So once again, 702-984-3700. WelcomeHomeWithMonique.com is my website, and you can find me on YouTube. Welcome Home with Monique. Until I hear from you.